And the bottom line here is we have somebody who was 15 years, 9 months, 3 months away from being held as an adult for the rest of his life. We had a hearing. Voters passed the proposition. We had a hearing. The judge listened to 9 weeks of testimony, heard from experts on both sides, heard from DJJ experts, heard from the people who ran the sexual offender treatment program, and made the absolute correct determination that when you have someone who plans, premeditates, lures a young, vulnerable child with the threat or with the enticement of ice cream, sneaks up behind her, sneak attacks her, drags her into a bedroom, puts duct tape on her, trying to tear her clothes off while she is fighting to protect herself and fighting for her life, strangles her to the point that he thinks she is dead, and then is sexually aroused by that so that he tries to put his penis inside her. It doesn't fit, and then he sticks his fingers in her, sexually aroused by somebody who is presenting as dead at that point. That is not something that is going to be fixed by the age of 25. That's what the experts said. That's what we had in these weeks of hearing, and that is exactly what the court found before the change in law. So the bottom line is, certain changes need to be made in juvenile justice, juvenile reform, of course, but one-size-fits-all legislation that takes no account at all for people like Adrian. We had experts who said they had never, ever seen anybody present like him, ever, in a 30-year career as a child psychologist. Never. Sociopathic tendencies. The only people she had seen present were on death row because they were serial killers. So the bottom line is, anybody who thinks that this person is going to be healthy and fixed and able to come out into society at the age of 25 is mistaken.
Jeff, there's no guarantee that he's going to be released at 25. They have these extensions, 2-year extensions.
They don't exist right now, Felix,
Okay.
because it's not in place. DJJ is disappearing in 2023, and as it stands, if DJJ is gone, what are the procedures? The answer is, right now, there are none that are viable in 2023. That is something that clearly needs to be worked on.
Forgive me if this is inappropriate, but does anybody win here?
I don't see, no one wins. When you have an 8-year-old child murdered in our community, raped and murdered, no one wins. No. So, but I'm telling you, public safety, the concern about all of us, our children, and all those people in the future, no one wins today on that score either when it comes to public safety.
Jeff, they mentioned the amount of credits that he has for being in custody now. How does that play into his sentencing and
At this point, Felix, he will be held until the age of 25, and then we will have to see if somebody puts something in place to hold him longer, and who is going to make that request. If it was the people at DJJ, they're not going to exist any longer, apparently, and so we're going to have to figure that out. Does anybody have any other questions?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.